I'm Alexis Newbert of Alexis Design, and these are some basic tips for designing logos. The first thing I suggest is when starting on a logo, it can be helpful to design using only black and white or black and white and one other color. You really want your logo to be able to translate in one or two colors when it has to be presented that way, and it can just make something simpler for the eye, something that has to be a lot of information presented in a short period of time. So for this logo, I did my best to utilize positive and negative space, and therefore keeping the number of colors and the number of shapes needed simple. I chose to accentuate just this one word and graphic using a bright color so it stands out from the black and white of the background. But I also know that this logo will easily translate in all black when it needs to be printed in that fashion or displayed in that fashion. So I find that to be very helpful. Another helpful tip when designing a logo, once you have some of your text and some of your graphics decided, or you have some ideas together, is to really take your time exploring color and color combinations, which is something I did for this logo. I wanted to make sure that it would appear nicely in black and white, but I also wanted to have some options for what the real colors would be when it appeared in its original colors. So I took the logo and copied and pasted it several times on one page. I developed a color palette using Adobe Illustrator. You could also do this in InDesign or even Photoshop if you're doing your logo in Photoshop. And then just kind of play around with different color combinations and look at them next to one another and see what you like. And this can also be a really nice way to present different logo options to a client or to a customer if you're doing this as a freelance job. And those are some tips for designing logos.